I'm going to show you a couple of customizations that I did to this SKB rack. It's a little like a 3-space rack that holds a laptop on top, and since we use this laptop at our gigs with the band for some backing tracks, I'll show you what I did to it. When you take the lid off, it swings up like this, and then this lid just kind of pops out of the hinges down here. Set the lid aside, and then the laptop sits in here. I have a bunch of different wireless stuff in here, and then the board is over here. This is just a rack mount mixing board, and one of the things that was somewhat of a problem is that these handles right here stuck out too far past this front, so I had to take a kind of a saw that my father-in-law had, and we dug out some holes in here. Now, I guess I could have opened up the Behringer rack board here and taken these handles off, but I figured it would be easier to do this. So when these things come up in here, see the bottom fits like that, it comes up and then it closes in place. So that was the first thing I did to customize it. Also, I put a piece of cardboard on top of here so that I can put I'll show you from the other side. So I'm going to open the other side here, and you see here we have I'm going to take that out. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. On this side, I carry around a short stage snake that plugs into the back of the board here, and it plugs into the XLR connectors that are over here on this side. And then I'll lay that on the stage, and it tells everybody where to plug in their stuff. Well, and on top here, let's see what we got. We got this little thing here that is a USB to DMX light controller. Here's the wireless microphone receiver. No, that's a router. This is a router, so we can use an iPad to control the board. This is a wireless microphone receiver, and this is a wireless bass guitar receiver, a line 6. Now, once we had it all set up at the gig, our drummer said, who was running this thing, our drummer, Janine, she said that she was having trouble. She just needed more room to put stuff up here because the whole back area is full. So I got creative one day and decided to make a little shelf. So I took this side here that basically usually sits like this. And then I made a couple of holes, a hole there and a hole there, and I took a couple of sheet metal screws and just drove them right in here. I didn't even have to drill a pilot hole first. I put one there and the other one over here, and then I flipped this thing over like this, and these kind of snap into those two holes there. So now they're snapped into those holes, but now this part here, if you can see it, it needs some support here. So I was able to just get a regular paint stick from Lowe's, and it looks like it's about maybe a foot long, maybe 14 inches long, and that fits right here. So the paint stick fits right in that little joint there. And then up here, it sits in the same kind of a joint up there. And then it turns out it's just about level at that spot. Now, I'm thinking, so we used it last night and there wasn't any problem at all. And you see, I can put some weight on here and it's not going anywhere. These little things, this whole assembly fits in here really nicely. If you look closely at that little joint there, it just sits down in there, and that also keeps it stable. I'm thinking about maybe putting a little Velcro at the bottom here and maybe some at the top, but this has worked out really well so far. So now when we get to the gig, not only does she have her laptop up here, Janine's the drummer in the band, she's got the laptop here, but also she's got an area where she can stick her phone and a music player that we play on the breaks, or brushes or other drumsticks, or whatever makeup and whatever other things that drummers like to have near them when they're playing.